What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and this video is going to be a sequel to my previous video, guys. So if you hadn't watched my previous video, kindly watch it once before watching this. In this video, we already created the UI for this particular screen in our last video, right? In our previous video. Now in this video, let's add some cool looking animations to make this UI come alive. What we'll do is, as soon as the page loads, these two cards will pop out from this particular card, so that it looks like those two cards are just, rising up from these cards. I mean, this card will rise up from this card, and this card will rise up from this one, and this wonderful information overlay will move slightly to the bottom, and these three buttons will fly in from the bottom as well. Let's add these basic animations inside the screen to look it to make it look more. Let's add these beautiful animations to this. Let's add these simple animations to this screen so that it looks a little bit alive. So I'll get the code. This is the code that we created in our last video, right? As usual, I'll go ahead and add some animations first. First, I need to extend this with single ticker provider state mixin, and then I'll define my animations first. Animation card animation delayed card animation fab button animation and info animation. Okay, so we are going to be doing 4 animations in this particular screen. Animation controller okay, we'll use the same controller for all these 4 animations. Controller, I'll define the controller. Animation controller duration seconds, I'll give it as 2, and then I'll add a vsync this. Fine. The next thing I'll do is card. If you had already watched my previous videos, you would kind of understand what I'm trying to do here, guys. Anyway, let's continue. End minus 0.025 dot animate curved animation curves dot fast out slow in parent controller. Okay, we have defined one animation, and we'll do the other 2 as well. This is for the first card. Now I'll have one more for delayed card animation. This screen will begin at once again it will begin at 0.0. You won't see the begin actually, and minus 0.05, sorry, minus 0.05, and dot animate. Once again, the only difference is that we'll be introducing an interval. Okay, so curve interval 0.5 and will be 1.0. Why didn't it specify curves dot fast out slow in, and I'll add now I'll simply copy this, paste it here, and then here I need to do the fab button animation, right? Here, instead of why did I give a positive value for this alone? Because all these animations needs to happen on the upside, right? From it will start at a position and then the widget will move up a bit, whereas this overlay alone, it will start from here and move down. So I need to give a positive value on the y-axis, right? So I need to give a positive value here. You'll understand that when I actually show it, guys. Yeah, this is fine as well. So now I have defined 4 animations. This is for the card that will pop, this card that will pop out from this card that will pop out from this. Delayed card animation is the one that will pop out from this card. Fab button animation will happen, that is, it will these 3 buttons will fly in from the bottom, and the info animation will it will be here and it will move a little bit down. That's it. Okay, so that's what all these 4 animations will do, and this will happen over a small interval, that is a small delay that I have introduced here. This I will change it to even 7. Okay, so that this animation starts before this animation. So it will happen over a small delay, right? So these are very simple animation definitions that I have done here. In my last video I did a similar thing, and someone asked me why am I using curved animation here and what this curves, fast out, slow in and all this do. So wait, I'll show you, just give me a minute, guys. Alright, now I have a drawing tool here. Okay, so consider that this is the y-axis, okay, and this is the x-axis, and this is where the animation starts and this is where the animation ends. Consider like that. Okay, so if there is a line like this, that is, if there is a straight line, imagine that this is a straight line. Okay, then this is a linear animation. Obviously this is a linear animation, right? On the other hand, if it goes on like this, then what does this mean? It's simply easing in into the end, right? Easing in into the screen. So assume that the animation is nothing but the widget will fly in from outside of the screen inside the screen. Okay, flying from the outside to the center of the screen. So it's starting from outside the screen and this is the center of the screen. It's simply easing in into the screen, right? So now consider this curve. Now this is a fast in, slow out curve. It's coming in fast, it's starting fast and then it's ending slowly, right? So this is a fast in, slow out curve. Similarly, this will be a slow in, fast out curve. You get it, right? You get what it's starting slowly and then abruptly it's ending. It's ending fastly, right? So it's a slow in, fast out curve. Similarly, as I said, that is a, if say for instance, if it's a bounce, then obviously it will be, the curve will be like this, right? It will simply bounce into the end frame, right? It will start and then simply bounce into the end frame. Similarly, if it's elastic, then obviously it will start and then it will come this way and suddenly it will jump. Elastic curve. You get it, right? Wait, if there was some sort of documentation available to explain all this, wait, I'll try. Yeah, see this, it's bouncing, right? This is the one that I was just talking about. If I just play this, what's this? See, the animation happens over this scale of time, right? Similarly, I'll show something else. Ease, the curve that we just talked about, it just eases, right? It just eases into this smoothly. Elastic, it just moves downward and then simply dives in fast, right? So yeah, all the linear animation, just like I said. So this is the meaning of a curved animation, guys. It's not like the animation is curved or something, or the path of the animation is curved, or the widget is going to curve or something like that. The curved animation defines the timeline of that particular animation, right? If it's a fast out, slow in, then obviously it's going to start slow and then it's going to end fast. Fast out, slow in, right? For instance, if it's a fast out, slow in, it's going to start fast and then slowly end, right? You get it, right? That's the curved animation. That's the curved animation that I specify here. These are all the default curves that come bundled with the Flutter library itself. Say for instance, if I don't want to use any of these curves and then I want to use my own custom curve, in that case what I'll do is I'll specify offsets. Certain offsets, offsets in the sense, wait, This is a linear, wait, this is a linear animation, right? No curves, straight animation. So if I specify an offset here, and then if I specify an offset here, and then if I specify a specific offset here, this animation will now, this curve will now look like I have 3 offsets here, 1, right? So you can create your own curve for a curved animation as well. That's my point exactly. So yeah, this is what a curved animation means. Animation is an entirely deep concept in Flutter, guys. There is a lot of stuff that you can do, and the engine behind Flutter to run all these animations is powerful as well. So all these animations should look really cool on your application. This is the reason why I kept asking people whether they want to see a course on animation, wherein I just talk about animations entirely, all the UI stuff entirely, and then also show them how to do some simple animations or something like that. So if you are interested in the course like that, kindly drop it in a comment below so that I can see how many people would be willing to buy such a course for a cheap price, obviously. So yeah, let's move on with the video. Now that I have defined these animations, I just need to apply these to the screen. So instead of returning a scaffold, I'll return an animated builder. If you had already watched my previous videos, you would be familiar with applying animations to the videos. If not, kindly watch it now. So first I need to get the height. Final equals media query dot of context dot size dot height. Fine. Now I'll simply do a controller dot forward, which will trigger the animation. And instead of returning a scaffold, what I'll do is I'll return new animated builder. Now this animated builder will have animation. We need to specify the parent controller, and it will take in a builder function as well, which will take in 2 parameters. One is the context, build context, and another one is the child widget, child. So this is a function. This function will contain this scaffold. Fine. Now that I have contained this within an animation builder, what should I do for that specific animation? Those animations will get triggered when this controller.forward is called. But I need to do something to the widgets present in the screen so that the widgets do that specific animation mentioned by the now I have to do something to this specific widgets present in the screen, right? So the first thing I'll do is I'll pop out that card. To do that, get to where the card is present. This is where the card is present, right? Yeah, this is the first container, and this container contains a position widget. Transform matrix 4 dot translation values as usual, 0.0. Now in this video I am doing the animation on the y-axis, right? So this is the card at the back, right? This is the card that is present. The third card is the first element of the stack, right? So I'll do a delayed card animation dot value multiplied by height. Cool. Now, no, or not height. What was it? Device height, something like that. Z will be 0.0. Okay, I'm not touching that as of now. And the next container contains the next card, which is nothing but the second card. So here as well, this will have the exact same transformation, except this one. This will be just card animation dot value. Now we need to move the overlay as well, right? This information container overlay as well. So what I'll do is this is where the container is, right? I'll write a transform here as well. The only difference that would change is instead of delayed card animation dot value, it will be info animation dot value. And finally the fab buttons. Where is the fab buttons? Yeah, here is the fab buttons, right? Fab button animations dot value. Now let's run this in our mobile device and see how this looks. Alright, before running the code, let me just run through this once again quickly. I have 4 animations. I made this, I got the height, and then I triggered the animation, and then I did an animated builder as well, and in the whole scaffold I am returning from there, and oh, this should be, sorry. Alright, now I have applied the transform to those 2 cards, the overlay and the fab buttons as well, right? Okay, so alright, now let's run this app on our device and see what happens. Guys, I made just a small mistake here when I ran on the device. Just now I noticed that this transform should be applied here, right? On this card. This is the card that's amber. This is the card that's at the bottom card, right? So I by mistake I applied it there. Now this transform should be applied to this card. The original card won't have any transform since it's not going to be moving at all. Fine, right? Oh, sorry, not the fine, right? Now let's run the application, and it should work fine. Alright, just watch what happens. Cool, right? You saw that these 2 cards simply popped out from this card, and you saw this moving a little bit down, and the buttons flying into the screen as well, right? The buttons flying in wasn't that much pronounced, right? I'll close this and open this up once again so that you guys could have a better look at it. Yeah, the buttons didn't fly in, right? Let's see where we went wrong. Sorry guys, I made a mistake right here. The button should fly in from outside the screen, right? If this is the y-axis, this is -1, this is 0, and this is +1. So if I wanted the button to fly in from outside, fly from outside, fly from below, then I should be specifying the begin as 1.0, right? That's when it will fly from the bottom to the screen. And the end is, wait, I'll show you. Just save this now and then run the application once again. Alright, now watch what happens. Hopefully it should go fine. Wow, the animations all happened one after the other, and the buttons flew in at the end as well, right? I'll show this to you guys one more time. Watch what happens. Cool, right? All the animations flew in, took place one after the other, thereby making this application look alive, right? So yeah guys, this is what I wanted to share with you guys today. We have recreated this wonderful design in our Flutter application as well, right? So yeah, that's it guys. If you had already seen my previous video, you would probably wonder why I showed the same concept of delayed animation. There is a large amount of stuff you can do with animation, guys. I am simply showing you guys the tweens alone, right? There are border radius tweens, there are value change tweens, and you can create something called an int tween, and then you can change the value of the tween over a period of time so that it looks, anyway, there is a lot of stuff that you can do with animations, guys. There are also a lot of physics based animations that you can do. That's why I kept asking you guys whether you would like to see a course on animations that explains all this stuff from the basics, and we'll probably see some cool looking UI design at the end of the course or something like that. If you would like to see a course like that, kindly drop your suggestion in the comments below so that I can act accordingly. Anyway, if you really like this video, kindly hit the thumbs up button, guys. If you found this helpful, kindly share it with someone and help them too. If you like what I'm doing on this channel, kindly subscribe to my channel and hit on the bell notifications icon so that you don't miss out any of my uploads. I upload around 4 or 5 times a week, 4 or 5 videos a week, and one of those videos will be either on UI or animations. So yeah guys, drop your suggestion regarding the animation course, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.